All right, folks, we're back in here again. Kev the Dev, Double O. You already know. I'm at a site. Here's the thing, folks. We left off our other video. You saw a layout I had. I'll be honest, I wasn't really happy with it. So we're gonna do one literally on the fly. This will not be a preset. So we're just gonna kind of wing it. This honestly makes it more fun for me. If it's something you like, continue on with the video. If it's not, then, just come, come back to it or later on, or maybe create something yourself off some inspiration from the first video, since you had those guided elements or guided steps on how to use all the tools in Adobe XD. All right. So the site I want to show you real quick was DrawKit. I honestly went Googling around. I used to have a list. I got to totally find it. And I come across this site, DrawKit, to use to gather illustrations. So you can put your email address in and join in, and then you go browse around the illustrations. I guess more so you can actually probably jump straight to illustrations, or that probably is the catch. Let me double check. Yep, looks like that's probably the catch. And then, or no, it's not actually. So take that back, folks. So you really don't have to. I just put these in. I like to get the latest collections. I'm really trying to follow more illustration platforms, because it makes for fun layouts. It really does. So you got plenty to choose from. I jumped in here and I chose the digital marketing illustrations, and we're gonna do something with this, and kind of probably not even necessarily digital marketing wise as far as what I have planned for. But anyway, you can click through there and get the assets. I'll have the link in the description below, and we'll go from there. All right, so next we will jump over to Adobe XD. All right, guys, we're over in Adobe XD. Now, be mindful. It's totally up to you. You guys don't have to use the same illustrations. Just grab you any asset you like to grab. But I want to do something new on the fly. I feel like I'm going to be way more into this, and I'm going to keep it rather simplistic, but be able to cover some more things here. All right, so I downloaded that file. It's a zip. Once you unzip it, you have to go into the folder, and then in that folder, you're going to have a ton of these assets here. All of them come out in these 3 different layers. So we got a file for the characters themselves, the backgrounds, and then pretty much a combination of them all together. So that's the cool thing you can do with it. So me, I'm going to probably more than likely grab maybe a couple of these out of there. All right, so let's go in. I went ahead and created me an artboard. Remember to create you an artboard. I really don't think I got to do all that part. I think we can skip past that. The first video was so long. Let's just dive in. So what I wanted to do though is I don't have a logo. Now here again, guys, icons, logos, we have plugins for that. So what I want to do though is I'll probably flex a few plugins later on down through here, probably actually next. But I want you to get in the habit of coming in here and just allowing for creativity to flow. Meaning, kind of grab something in here and use it as inspiration, kind of leverage yourself. So as you can see right now, what I did was, if you go here, I wonder if I can do this. I'm going to try this quick. I thought I did. So you can highlight over some assets, and then as we click and highlight over these assets, you can click any of them because they're all going to have pretty much the same colors we're working with here. But you can hold Command or Control, Shift, and C, and what it does is that will store your colors into the document assets. So we have 2 ways we can add colors. We can do that way, or if you were to maybe come here and click on a particular element, which these are all clickable too. That's what I like about the different downloads you get. We can click here, and you're able to come over here to the colors and hit the plus button and add these colors. As you can see, we're able to store that color in. So that's the cool thing about the assets. They come in pieces. And you see it when I zoom in here a little bit, how they highlight. So we're able to come in and grab certain pieces. When it shows those colors, we hit the plus button. We can store all our colors there as well. So we have some flexibility here. So that's the cool part about it. All right. So anyway, I got what I need. I'm grabbing a few colors here, and I think I magically grabbed this on my own off to the side. So make sure you snag that one too. We're going to use it. This is what I'm going to do. I looked at all the different assets, and when I looked at them, I saw this one stand out the most because I seen a little icon up here. So I'm like, let's work with that. All right. So I'm going to hold the Alt or Option key, left click on the mouse. I'm going to carry that bad boy over. Remember, if we let go of Alt or Option first, that's what's gonna happen. So backtrack, I'm gonna hold that Option or Alt, left click, let go of left click, let go of Option. All right. So that's the name of the game. Anyway, so let's grab it, and I'm going to start off with a rec. We're gonna make our shape outside of here. We don't have to have this in an artboard or anything. We can just do all the cool tricks on the outside. All right. So next we're going to, I like to drop the borders, or in this case, you know what? Let's keep it right now. We're gonna just curve in a little bit. I'm not always specific on numbers, but my goal is I'm gonna kind of emulate this message box and do some other cool stuff with it. All right. So we could have easily grabbed this because it's in assets. See, we could easily grab this thing and do some cool stuff. But I want you to learn how to, like I said, expand yourself here a little bit. Do some other cool stuff in here. And these are just nice to knows. All right. So we're gonna do Y for the polygon shape, the triangle. I'm gonna hold Shift. We hold Shift, allows for us to span out, either drag left or right, or if we hold Alt, we'll drag out right in our right in our face. All right. So I'm going to hold that Alt a little bit and give it a little stretch. Right. I can give it a little stretch here, and then I'm going to show you something else. I kind of purposely overstretched for a reason. I want to show what we can do here. Remember, you guys, I told you we pull from the side, we can pull from the angles, right? You can also hold Command or Control, left click, and allow you to get a little flex and stretch. So again, if you've already done some stuff in Photoshop, you kind of know some of these cool tricks. I'm going to hold Control, and it allows for you to get on these different nodes to these dots here and kind of manipulate them. So this is what we got. Have these two set up, and we're going to first, we'll keep this white around here. I'm gonna kind of fold this, make it look a little bit more like some mail, and I'm gonna give it a little more of a harder edge. So I'll let back up on my edges, and I'm gonna bring this in. So we're gonna right here for the border. You can either dip over here with the eyedropper and come over there, or you go I for eyedropper and go over there, or you can just go here and go there for the eyedropper. So we got many different ways to get the eyedropper. But I'm saying all that to say is get your eyedropper, and from the border though, by the way, I'm sorry, because we do eyedropper here. We give that example, I'm sorry. We do eye and click here. So fill out the whole thing. That's not what we want. We don't want the fill, we want the border. So you gotta dip into the border one. Apologize for that. We'll click that, and we're gonna bring this up a little bit. Let's bring it up. We're probably gonna bring it to 4 for now. And then we're gonna keep our shape here. So let's go here to one of our flips. We're gonna flip it vertically, and we're gonna bring it down. All right, let's come in a little bit. We're gonna bring it down, and our magic will happen here in just a minute. All right, so we got it set up here. We're gonna hold Control or Command. This allows for you to do direct clicks. Sometimes, like right now, we're layered not deep, so we're able to just kind of click on these and just go to them. But if you have multiple layers, you hold Control. If I go here, I click in here, it's clicking the whole artboard, or this whole layout, this whole board. If I hold Control and click, now you see I'm more specific on what I'm grabbing. All right. So let's go there. All right. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do Control D to duplicate, or you can do Control C to copy, Control Victor V to paste, or Control or Command. But what we're gonna do is do Control D or Command D. I'm going to hold Shift and Alt. I'm going to scale up a little bit, and then I'm going to actually change that color. So what I'm going to do is, we can keep the border if you want. I'm going to drop my border. I'm going to use the eyedropper, and then I'm going to actually dibble dabble right here on that purple. All right, that's what we got. And what I'm going to do is, after I do that, understand, do Control or Command Y with me. So looking at our layers here, the layer we need is right underneath there. So what we're gonna do is, if you hold Control or Command and then the left square bracket, it's gonna bring our shape down. So if you notice, we'll just say BG right now. Naming is so essential, but roll with me here. So I drop that in the back with a Command or Control left square bracket. All right, the right one obviously takes it up, and if you do a Control or Command and Shift the left bracket, you'll go all the way to the bottom, very bottom of every layer on the screen, Vice versa, for the right square bracket, you go all the way to the very top. So it puts you at the forefront. All right, foreground is up top, background is the last. All right, I'm gonna do Command Control Z, undo that. And then I'm gonna put this in front. All right, so now after that, I'm gonna slide this up a little bit, and I'm gonna make sure my border on here, because I don't have the colors, I'm just gonna drop my border. We can keep it if we want to. Let's see if we keep it. It's really not gonna make much of a difference. But anyway, so if you look at it, now we have that look, right? Sort of looks like that, right? Right? So we do it that way, or this one does look a little more stiff. We can actually come here, and we have some new features here. Corner count. That's how you can create a star from a polygon. Corner radius is very, very important. Star ratio, you can form it into a star. So let's actually give it a little shape here. We're gonna give it a little bit of a curve here. Let's make it solid. We'll make it a 10. All right. Let's hold Alt. Alt will allow for you to drag out both sides. And then let's work it back down in there. So we work it back down in there now. We'll obviously have to bring it back in just a hair here. I just need to press the window button. Let's go back. And then we'll Alt. Bring them in together and to hit that sweet spot. If you notice now, you see the effect we just gave? We had this color border, and then we matched it with the background behind there. So now it gives us this little divide, if you will. So that's what we just did. So as you can see, we just dropped in, had a nice divide, and now we have our shape, our icon. If you want, you can click on it and hold Control or Command, give it a little stretch down this way. You'll definitely have to hold Alt to bring it back in. So I'm gonna do mine a little bit more like that. Cool. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna select over that with the V. You can do the V, get the select tool. We're gonna highlight over all that, Control G. Now we have it all grouped together. All right, folks, that's to group it up for it. So let's do this while we're grouped. This is where you're definitely gonna have to use that Control or Command to select. We're gonna go back in here. I don't like the borders. I don't like that. It's not thick enough. So we're gonna thicken up our borders a little bit. I'm thinking about 8. Something a little hardcore. Let's get something like that. And then let's see if I can, I think that'll be it for there. I think we got what we need. And then it's already rounded off to what we needed. So I'm gonna do something like that. To make sure that our borders aren't doing so much outside of that. Let's go with inner. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. See how I was seeing something a little different here? I saw the lines. If you look a little closer, the lines were driving me nuts. So we had to change this right here. See how we got inner stroke? We need an outer stroke. All right. Even a center stroke would do just fine. Let's go with the center stroke. Cool. Now I got that solid look I was looking for. Now we got it. All right, folks. So we're almost there. Let's go here next. We're gonna use the ellipse, and we're gonna do something pretty cool here. So I'm gonna hold Alt. Let's make it just grow right in front of us. You know, I say Alt, guys. Look, if you notice, we can still wonk it around, and a trick to that is hold Alt or Option and Shift, so you scale it up perfectly, right? So V, or I mean just V for the select tool, and let's duplicate that. So these you should know by now. So I'm going to let you go along with that. So next, I'm going to do a Command and Control Shift Y. I'm going to pull my assets again. I want to make these borders this faint pink color. I like this one. So we'll do both the borders that same way. Could have very well selected both of them at the same time and got the same effect. I'm going to drop the fill for both. So watch. If we hold Shift, you can click on one and hold Shift and click the other. We select both. We'll drop that off both. I'll do a Control D on the inside one. Shift Alt. Slide the mouse down. And I'm going to bring it up. And I'm actually going to dip in here if I like. You got so many ways you can do this. We'll dip across. And there we go, that. Then we're going to group this with the Control Command G, and then we're going to shrink it down with Shift, and then we're going to put it right over the top here. So I'm probably gonna scale it to make it pretty big, put a little emphasis on it. And there we go, folks. This is our logo for our project. So I'm gonna scale over all that and hit group. Now this would have been an easier moment to use Control Y or Control or Command Y and label some stuff. So I'm gonna just call it logo though. Got a ton of folders because a lot of the elements, all the assets you pull in make it look pretty crazy. But anyway, this is what we have here. And then we're gonna do the next step of making this a component, and I'll show you how that stuff works. But I want to break these in a bit by bit. This one's already super long, so let's cut it short right here. See you in the next one.